had no idea what I was going to talk about today until after hours of listening to the news and NPR. This guy was on the radio. The conversation was supposed to be about how people who are getting reductions in their loan payments for housing still end up becoming short of their payment amount after a few months. Well, what the guy said okay, what the guy said that made me turn the camcorder on while he was being interviewed is, you know, situations in life change, and we got a 20% reduction in our monthly payments. I'm waiting for something permanent, but as it is now, I'm still not able to make the payment with the 20% reduction. You know, we had a child recently, and now our monthly expenses has gone up because of child care, and we just can't afford it. Now, half of y'all, maybe not half of y'all listening, but I've actually spoke about this before. And the only reason I ended up speaking about this before, because there was actually a debate about whether it makes sense or not for a person to have a child, and especially intentionally, or especially not taking the precautions not to have a child, when they know that they cannot afford to support a child. And there was actually a debate where people wanted to argue that it's my right, and of course it's your right. We're talking about whether it makes sense or not. Why would you bring a child into the world knowing that you already cannot take care of yourself? You know you don't make enough money to take care of a child, but yet you are going to intentionally try to get pregnant and have a child? Well, y'all please tell me. I want to know. I want to hear your argument as to why that makes sense and why that's okay. And if you agree with me, I want to hear from you, because I don't want this to be taken over by people who disagree. But I would like to hear a logical explanation as to why you think that makes sense. Should a person have a child knowing that they don't have the finances to take care of that child? I almost went into something else here, but I'm going to leave that out on this particular discussion. But I'll just tell you it's related to healthcare, because we can apply similar principles but take it to another level with the healthcare debate. You know, but we're talking about this child issue right here. So okay, that's it. Bye-bye. Oh, well, let me just say this. Let me just go ahead and throw the other element in there as it relates to the healthcare debate. So if a person goes ahead and have children knowing that they cannot afford to take care of that child, who's going to take care of it? And I'm not talking about if the mother, the father, if the grandparents are willing to take care of it, or the family is going to take care of it. If they're willing to take care of it, then obviously that's who's going to take care of it. That's not usually the case. The government usually takes care of the child in that case, which means you and me takes care of that child. And on top of that, that's not going to be adequate, and it's not going to be sufficient to effectively parent that child. Everybody knows the government. That's just ridiculous. You don't go ahead and have a child because you feel like the government will help me take care of it. Because what the government gives in order to take, that don't supposed to be the mindset in the first place. You know, so you really, it's ridiculous to have an expectation of the government to provide adequate care of a person's child. The government is supposed to be a last resort, using the government to supplement child care. It's supposed to be a last resort. You know, people that end up in a certain predicament that was basically unplanned and a result of unfortunate series of events. You don't plan to have children and not worry about the expenses because the government will take care of it. That's not what welfare was created for. Man, somebody better stop. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. Because I'm gonna get carried away a bit. Especially with this clown over here riding beside me, all up in my gums, you know. Speed limit 75 and they want to ride now. Speed limit 70. I'm riding 57 and they want to ride beside me instead of going on up the road. Huh? Y'all heard me talk. Huh? Okay, so anyway, let's talk about relationships right here. Let's talk about the impact of trucking on marriage.